Well, hello, you guys. It is another terrific Tuesday. Let me make sure I have this. I'm sorry. Make sure I had this on. It's another terrific Tuesday. I'm so blessed to be here with you guys. Thank you guys for watching week after week with me. Thank you for the feedback I just got over the weekend. Yes, I do watch you. Yes, because a lot of times I'm not paying attention to. I used to be able to see who has has subscribed and who watches and things like that, but I can't see that anymore. Somebody has to teach me how to figure that out. I don't know what's going on, but I'm thankful that you guys let me know that because it keeps me consistent. It thrives. It helps me to want to get back to you guys and speaking to your marriages and things like that. For I am not a counselor. I am not certified at this thing. I have just been married forever, and I know a lot of things that happen in marriages. I understand marriage very well. I watch marriages a lot, and I see where a lot of us go wrong in marriage. So I've always been asked to write a book. How you guys make it this long and how you make it look so good. It's not an act at all. This is our life. This is our life. And I see a lot of you guys doing more with your husbands and your wives. That makes me feel so happy because if I've never seen it before and I'm seeing it lately, I love to see it. So get out here and make sure that you're loving on, because you didn't do this for nothing. That's a wedding is a lot of money. Okay, let's keep it a buck. A wedding is a lot of money, and people get married just to be divorced within a year or two and things like that. Listen, we're not in the business of that. If you go as far as I love you for life, I want to be with you forever. I know this for whatever reason God has told you this. We working on this thing and we're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off. Okay? Do you agree? Because it's not cheap. Y'all be having these expensive, extravagant weddings, and then next thing you know, and I've been to some, and next thing you know, quiet as it's kept. I haven't seen so and so posting her husband. I haven't seen so and so posting his wife. What happened? They're not together anymore. So we got to do better and we got to do the work. All right. I pray that you guys are having an amazing week so far. We have had a lot of hot and beautiful days, and I pray that you guys are making the best out of it. And we're speaking positive with this thing. Okay, I got a couple of notes today. My because I be here tripping sometimes on the stuff that comes in my head that I relate to marriage. I hope y'all don't think I'm crazy. I pray you guys don't think I'm crazy. But when I got this message today and how obsessed I have been over this situation, I hope you will understand. So, my message today is water and nurture your relationship like you do a plant that you love. Do you understand that at all? You know how we get these plants, plant moms and things like that, plant dads or whatever, however we are obsessed on keeping that plant alive, right? You've gone as far as getting the app. Oh my God, my plant, my plant look like it's dying. Oh my God, what is that app? Scanning the plant, trying to see this is the plant that I have. Tell me how I can keep it alive. It's dying. The roots are dying. They have apps to show you your plant, why it's dying and why it looks like it looks. So why we can't do that same thing when it comes to our relationship? Why is it that when things happen in our relationship, we are just like, That's on him. That don't have nothing to do with me. He acting stupid, she acting stupid. So that's on them. I don't care. But if you ever see yourself run around the house with the plants and the plants ain't looking right, and how you talk to the plants, oh my God, I be in here talking to the plants. Oh, the reason why you ain't growing like the other one, you over here and the air blowing on you, girl. Oh my God, let me put you out here with me while I'm doing my workout. Let me put you out in the sun for a minute so you can warm up. Talking to the plant, y'all. So why is it then that we cannot put that same energy in how we're treating each other in a marriage? We don't woo 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 each other when we're going through it. We don't, husband, are you okay today? Wife, are you okay today? You looking a little, but if the plant look like it's withered and you got these little black, the little brown things, and you ready about to clip those, and so it can feel better. Why are we not giving the same energy to our marriage? You get what I'm saying? When that came up in my head today, I was like, oh my God, this is so true. I am a person that don't do well with plants. Okay. But I was told by a good friend, Wanda Smith, she told me, Alexia, you guys have a lot of people coming in your house, and you have a lot of people that mean you good, and then you have some people that come to just be nosy, right? And we have had our share of all of that. So I know it to be true. And she watched us, and because she's over here sometimes, during the when we're having gatherings and stuff. And she's one of those people. She watch, and she watch us, and she said, y'all are so good to people, but some people just come to be nosy. And you have to be careful of that in your home. Well, while I am very cognizant and aware of who I bring into my house, my husband we're working on him. Let's just put it like that. We're working on him because um, he don't really think that people come in that he choose that would do him wrong. But he's learning over the years, oh my God, that might be a little truth to that. So we're working on him. He's understanding that. But when she told me about these plants, these certain plants to get and make sure that they are at the when somebody comes in your door, one needs to be there, and wherever anyone is entering at your door, make sure you have those plants where anybody is entering into your home. And when she told me the meaning behind the plants and everything like that, oh, Rick, I gotta get these plants. I gotta get these plants because she's telling the truth. She knows it's all type of people coming into your home, and some are very happy for you, and some are right there with you and praising you and everything, and some are just like, trying to see what they're doing up in because I gotta get this going on for me. You know what I'm saying? Some with envy or what have you, but we have been very, very clear with each other that we have to make sure we invite the correct energy into our home, right? So we got these plants now. So I am now again a plant mom, whereas I'm running around trying to, I'm glancing at these plants every day. It's like these plants are in my peripheral every day, and my whole goal is to make sure that they are growing properly, they're in the right sunlight. Um, I'm watering them right. I'm looking up the plants and making sure that I'm not overwatering them and all type of things, right? When you see yourself putting all that energy into a plant, and then you look around and you have put that same energy into your husband or into your wife, I mean, you hustling around the house. Oh my God, this plant looking a little. Oh, the first thing you notice is the plant looking like it's like this today. But when you put some water in it, the plant is like, right? Real pretty, sitting up real nice. Oh, and then you find yourself talking to it. Oh, girl, you feeling yourself now, honey. Look at you. You standing up real good. I'm walking past the plants, saying that? Who knew that that would be me in my own house talking to a plant? I remember my aunt saying, you know, your plants aren't living because you probably ain't talking to them every day. You got to talk to them. I'm like, child, about plants, you know, I talk to no plants. Okay, everything that she tells me in life, I'm always telling her, child, ain't about doing that, ain't about that. But I always find myself doing just that. She always tell me, keep on living, keep on messing with me. It's gonna happen the same way to you. And I swear to God, I would never tell her that, oh, it happened like that. But I'm in this house talking to these plants just like she said it. So, you know, why is it that my husband can wake up in the morning and I'm not paying attention to the way he looks, or if he got a certain look on his face, or if he has if he's holding what is my word? He's kind of like not himself. I didn't notice that. But yet, I walked downstairs in my house on the way to the coffee and I realized these plants looking a little discombobulated or what have you. Why is that? Here go this phone again. These plants aren't looking too great today. So I'm saying all this, and let's put it all together in a pot. I'm saying all of this to say the way that you pay attention to certain things. It might not even be a plant. It might be something else in your home or something else that's getting your attention. Whatever can take your attention like that, make sure you're doing that same thing in your marriage. Make sure you're giving it the same energy, is how we usually say it, right? Whatever energy you give, you know how they say, whatever energy you give me is the energy that you give back. Make sure you're giving the correct energy to this as well as you're giving that same type of energy towards that. Because you never want that person to feel, oh, she care about these plants more than she care about me. I mean, what is that all about? She can talk to a plant, but she ain't even talking to me. I asked her, um, can we sit down and talk about some things? And she don't want to talk to me, but I'm looking and she talking to these plants. So I know to a lot of you guys, it might not make a lot of sense. And it didn't make a lot of sense to me, but it's funny what we give our energy to. It's so very funny on how we can give our energy to this or that, our friends, our family, and things like that, and our husbands or our wife are on the back burner. And what my husband say all the time is God, my wife, my children, and after that, everybody else. Okay, it's tears to this thing. So if it's God, if it's your mate, and then your children, why is something else in between all of these? Why is something as simple as a plant or something as simple as your friends or going here and going there more important than watering your own marriage? Why is that? We can pay attention because you know why it is? That seems to make us more happy than our mates. So then we have to go back and realize, why aren't we happy in our marriage, our relationship? Why aren't we happy? Because we're not putting the work in to make sure that we're smiling each day. We're not putting the work into making sure that we're helping each other. You know, it's hard when one person has to wait on them all the time, and we don't even have the audacity to be at home to catch them when they come in. At least I can do is catch you. If I can't help you take some of the weight off you, at least I can, when you come in, I can catch you. I can listen to you. I can listen to you vent about the situation instead of me saying, don't nobody want to hear that. I ain't sit up all day to hear you complain about this and complain about that. No, it's my pleasure to listen to you because I know that relief is coming off you because you got that out. What you were feeling, you got it out. So if I can be at least that help to you to make you feel like you can vent to somebody, or I gotta be your helpmate. I gotta water you just as well as I water everything else. Oh, I can go out and go shopping all the time. That makes me happy. Retail therapy is my thing, right? And I get all the energy in the world to go do that. But if my man want to go do this, or if my man want to go do that, or if my wife want to go do this, or if my wife want to go do that, I'm giving out the worst attitude in the world. I don't want to go there. I don't feel like doing that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. But I can go do that in another facet or in another situation. It's not a problem to run and do it for somebody else or something else. But when it comes to you, I don't want to do it. I want us all to get better at making sure that we're fair in the relationship. Don't be out having a good time and doing your thing with who you like to do it with, and just uh, the most huge smile on your face. But then when your mate want to go somewhere, you sitting there on your phone, you are completely bored, you judging everybody there, you got the stank look on your face. But when it's your turn and she's there or he's there with you, and you watching, oh my God, how is it that he come alive or she come alive for these people and I don't get that same energy? Do you know how hurtful that could be? Water your relationship just like you would anything else. How you nurture that situation over there, or how you nurture that situation over there, make sure you're doing that same thing. Make sure you're fair in your relationship. Make sure you're fair, because you don't want it to blow up in your face when you're out and about and you're doing your thing, and he or she decides to give you that same energy that you're giving. And then it turns into a whole argument. What's your problem? What's wrong with you? No, I'm just giving you the same energy that you give me. Oh, when I'm out with my people, you be over here sitting around looking like you don't want to halfway be there. Oh, but I'm supposed to be here with a angelic face for you and yours. Oh, I think not. It's got to be fair, because it's going to come out in the wash. It's definitely going to come out in the wash. That person is definitely going to be feeling some type of way, right? So make sure we're being fair, and we're paying attention just like any other thing. If you can pay attention to this over here, this over there, I can surely pay attention to what's going on in my marriage. If it's not right or something's not right, oh, I noticed that we haven't been going to eat. I noticed that we haven't been having date night. I noticed that we haven't spent any time with each other. But yet, I've been running the street with so and so and so and so for the past couple of weeks. But you just now realizing we haven't done anything as a couple. I guarantee you that husband or that wife is feeling some type of way about that. You ain't nurturing your situation. Remember, God, husband, children, and everything else. You down here with everything else. You ain't nurtured the top. You ain't told God, thank you, number one. You don't forgot about God. Then you ain't even paid attention to your husband or your wife, and your children just running amok, so you don't care what's going on with them until something goes on with them. Then you're ready to come and be super mom or super dad then. But you down here with everything else. Start from the top. You wake up in the morning. What do me and my husband do first thing in the morning? we pray with each other half of the time. And God is definitely working on me. Let me tell you about me. God is definitely working on me because my husband leaves the house first, right? So I remember going to him and telling him, babe, you leave the house first. Can you please come over to me and initiate the prayer? Because we got to have prayer every day before we start our day. Because, if you don't cover it all, hell gonna break loose as soon as you walk out that door. And sometimes even when you pray, hell break loose. But guess what? At least you got that covering on, right? So first thing we do in the morning, thank you, God. We pray with each other, and he had to come over and he had to embrace me because I am in the bed instead of we're both on our knees. And my prayer is to one day get up out the bed every time he comes to me and both of us get on our knees and we pray. But right now, we're at least praying and we're embracing each other and we're covering each other. That is at least happening. Secondly, my husband and me as his wife, we are making sure that we pay attention to each other. Not only are we covering each other and we're giving God thanks, but we're watching each other and we're paying attention to each other. Okay? Our children, we make sure we try to talk to them all. Some are not very good at communicating, but we're at least trying to make sure we send those messages to each other. Hey, where you at? What you doing? You know what I'm saying? Be intentional with what's going on in our children's lives. And then everything else down here, hey, mother-in-law, hey, auntie, hey, family, we're intentional about all that as well. So we're trying to make sure we're hitting all of those tiers correctly, which makes for a better marriage, a better relationship with God, a better relationship with your children, and a better relationship with everybody else, your friends, your family, and everybody else here. Not to say down here, but that's the tier. That's in the Bible. That's the tier. That's how it goes, right? And so again, going back to how we bust our behinds, making sure I associated the conversation today with the plant because I noticed how I've been with these plants since I got these plants. I'm on these plants. I'm about this growth. I want to eventually get them out of the pot that they're in, take them over to a big pot, and I already got the space where it's gonna go. So I'm planning, right? I'm planning this. But have you, husband or wife, have you planned your date nights? Have you planned where you're going to go in the next couple of days instead of just sitting around doing nothing? Have you planned? Falling short on that a little bit, right? So we got to make sure. And it amazed me how similar it all is and how it all coincides to each other and how you can simply forget to check on what's supposed to be first. When the last time you talked to God? When the last time you talked to your plant? Well, I just walked past my plants a minute ago and I'm like, girl, you looking good. But when the last time you talked to God? When the last time you checked on your husband? He's been at work all day. Have you talked to him? Some of y'all aren't even talking to your husbands or your wives. Have you talked to him today? Have you checked on him and told him you love him and you appreciate him? But that plant, girl, you looking good. Ooh, you walk past that plant. Ooh. Okay, when is the next day I need to water that plant? When the last time you gave your husband or your wife a compliment? When the last time you told God, God, you've been doing your big one on me. I don't know how I got all this stuff I got. I don't know how I got to where I got. But let me just say thank you, God. When the last time you told God that? When the last time you said to your children, I'm proud of you. I'm so happy for you for where you are and how you're hustling to make sure you have the life that you have. When the last time you told your children that? But you walk past that plant and you already planning on the next move you about to get ready to do to that plant. I'm telling you this because I've been into these plants. I am making sure I'm doing these tiers though. That's the difference between me and you. I'm not in your situation, okay? I'm not you. You're not me. I am making sure I'm doing all of those. But this plant is getting a lot of my attention. And I just realized that if I'm giving this plant that much attention, I definitely got to give my husband even more attention. It's just, some of the things that we do in life, it's not, like I said, it's not just the plant for some, it's shopping, it's on the phone with your girlfriend, it's you out with your friends. Oh, you out having mimosa brunch, you out doing this, but you ain't did nothing with your husband. He over here like, I would like to go and eat with my wife sometime. I would like to go on a date with my wife sometime. I would like to just spend time with my wife sometime. Or your wife is at home. I would like for my husband to pay me attention sometime. Sometimes certain things take priority in our lives. And we're not even realizing that we have just given all our energy to that. It's just beknownst to us that we don't gave all this energy into everything else besides what's most important. We don't gave attention to everything else, but what's important, I just don't do. Some of y'all even have excuses. I just ain't got time. I don't be bothered. I just don't be feeling like it. I don't get it, so I ain't giving it to him. Well, you know what? If you ask for it, maybe he will. That's why it's called you got to do the work in the marriage. Maybe if you just go to, I went to my husband don't even really go to church like that. My husband never really prayed like that. But I went to him and I asked him, can you at least initiate prayer every morning? And when I tell you, he has come through from the time that I asked. And now it's so embedded in his mind that he can't live his life without starting his day with prayer. Because he realized that when he walked out of his house, a lot of times he finds himself in chaos. And now he is learning how to deal with the chaos better because we're starting with that prayer first. We're starting with that prayer first. So he's realizing I can't do without that. I can't do without this prayer. And I've realized, oh my God, it has made me even more in tune with the universe, with God, and everything else. It makes me want to go harder. I cover my family and my children every day. People don't even know I'm praying for them. I am. And I would pray that you're doing the same for yours. And I'm let's go back to nurturing and watering your relationship just like you do a plant or a loved one. However, your whatever your attention is on the most, let's identify that. Let's go in and let's make note on what we're paying attention to the most. Okay? Let's take notes on that. Go back and think about what you do on a daily that you pay attention. Well, it's your job. If it's your job, which is understandable, that's your livelihood. But if it's your job and you're overdoing your job and you're not intentional on making sure that you have hit these tiers, then that means you're going to have to take a little step back from that. No, you can't step back from your job, but you can pull away just a little bit to make sure that you are hitting these marks in your marriage, in your relationship, okay? In your relationship with God, in your relationship with your husband, because all of that comes down, and with your children, it all goes down and it all coincides together. And if it's not being done, then we got to make sure it's being done. We're going to have to write it down. I got so many notepads. Let me tell y'all, I got so many notepads, so many books, so many of just writing. I write. I love to write. I love to journal. I write down notes about what I'm going to come to you guys about. I'm intentional with that. But I'm also intentional with making sure that I'm covering my family first. I'm talking to God first when I get out of that bed. I'm talking to my husband daily, multiple times. I'm with my husband multiple times a day. I'm talking to my children because my children are grown. They're most of them are out of the house. One of them are here, but he's doing his own thing. So I try to be intentional with that. Whether I get it back or not, sometimes it hurts when they're not communicating as well. And I tell them about themselves all the time. I need you to communicate because mom is a worry ward. I need you to communicate a little bit better. If you ask, you shall receive. God said, if you ask, you shall receive. And so that's I'm trying to be intentional with that because I don't like to ask. I feel like you should just know. And a lot of times people don't just know. So just like me, you have to come out of that comfort zone and ask and communicate and tell that person what you're missing. Don't just let it continue on where it's just washing away. And next thing you know, you're non existent and your marriage is non existent. Talk to each other. Water, nurture where you reside, your relationship with God, your children. Nurture all that because you don't want to find yourself in these predicaments where you're not talking to each other. You don't want to be there. I'm there in some ways, in some form or fashion, but that's neither here nor there. But you want to make sure that you're at least praying about it. So whatever you're going through, it can get better if you work on it and you pray about it and you nurture it and you water it, you give it to God. It's going to work out in your favor. Okay? So that's all I had to tell you for today. I know it was a little ride. What that plant got to do with? If you listen to the message, you'll see what it has to do with it. Prioritize your time, water and nurture where you are and everything that's in your life. And I promise you things will get better as time progresses. Work on it. Work on it. Do the work. All right. Love you guys. So I came back to you on a Tuesday. I was totally surprised myself. Girl, you ready? You about to get ready to do this thing? You got time? I had time today, you guys. So I'm so excited about that. And I feel good. I feel wonderful today. So make sure you get on the phone, talk to somebody, call somebody, tell them you love them. Tell them you love them. I've recently, just last night, got something mixed up. You know how you're just going through Facebook and you see a person and you're like, oh my God, it must be her birthday today. Well, what I didn't know was the person had passed away. I didn't know that the person had passed away. I thought they were saying it was her birthday because I was kind of like going through Facebook like this. And it hit my heart last night because it said rest in peace. And I'm like, oh my God, I totally mistaken that picture that they had up for it was maybe her birthday. In actuality, she passed away. So again, you guys, pay attention. Pay attention to what's going on in life. Stop skimming through and stop flipping through. Pay attention because you might miss the mark somewhere. And I definitely missed the mark on that. And it hurt me to my heart last night when I saw that this person had passed away. So Again, make sure you get on the phone, text, call, let somebody know that you love them. You're just calling to check on them. That check will make somebody's day. That check in will make somebody's day. Okay? All right. See you again next week. It's been a blast. And I hope I made sense to you guys. All right. Have a great day. Bye bye.